All right, fam, we are on a new chapter. We are on the very first page, the very first section. We are on 2.1. We have two different vocab words. One of them is very important, complementary. The other one is also very important. It is supplementary. And the way that I want you to remember these is, someone taught me this a long time ago. I did not learn this when I was in high school. But complementary starts with a C, and it kind of makes me think of a corner. You know how the corner of a room is a 90-degree angle? Okay, or a corner of anything, the corner of your piece of paper, the corner of your desk, the corner of whatever. They both start with C, right? That's a 90-degree angle. Supplementary, the S, think of a straight line. And you know that a straight line or two angles that form a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So two angles that make a perfectly straight line. Here's A, here's B. They add up to 180 degrees. So if you guys can remember, complementary is 90 and supplementary is 180, then this is going to be a very simple procedure to get through section 2.1. So there's two different types of complementary angles, and notice how right here it says that they add up to 90 degrees. That's exactly what I already told you up here. Think of the corner. But they can either be adjacent or non-adjacent. So do you know what the word adjacent means in general? Somebody that's sitting right next to you is adjacent to you. That is the way I like to think of it. Somebody that is separate from you is non-adjacent. So you'll notice that these two angles right here that happen to add up to 90 degrees, we have 70 and we have 20. Those are adjacent because they are touching right here. They are sharing a ray. They're together. There's not a space between them. That is referred to as adjacent, okay? Here is a non-adjacent angle. Also, these 40 and 50, they add up to 90. But notice how that there is this big gap in between them. They are not sharing a side. They are two separate angles. They are called non-adjacent. So adjacent means touching or right next to. Okay, I'm going to write that just since these are our notes. Touching or right next to. Okay, non-adjacent would mean not touching. There is a gap between them, okay? We also have the same exact thing for supplementary. So remember, we've got supplementary here. Supplementary means straight 180 degrees. So we have two angles that I have it right here, add up to 180. And if we take 70 and 110, add those together, that makes a straight line. Look, when you put them together, they form a straight angle. And they are sharing this ray right here. They are touching. They share a side. That means that they are adjacent. And we have another non-adjacent example over here. There are two angles right here. And if you take 79 and 101 and you add them together, they do equal 180. That means by definition, they add up to 180. They are supplementary, but they are non-adjacent because we have this big gap in between them. They are not touching. They are not sharing a ray. All right, let's talk. Let's do a couple examples. These are going to go pretty quick. If we have an angle that is 60 degrees and I want to know what the complement is. I know that the complement means they add up to 90. So I'm going to write an equation. I don't know what the angle is, so I'm going to call it x, but I'm going to add it to this angle, which is 60. And I'm going to set it equal to, complementary means 90, and I'm just going to solve it. So yes, that means you are subtracting 60 from both sides, and we get x equals 30. That is the answer for complement for 60. I'm actually moving it up here so it doesn't get confused with our next problem. What about the supplement? So supplement is a different question because that means that they add up to 180. So I'm still taking my 60-degree angle and I'm adding x to it. So x plus, oops, that's not my pen, x plus 60. But this time I'm equaling it to 180. Okay, so you always have two angles. We're always having an x. And we're always having the angle given. So that's the same thing here. We always have an x and the angle given. But when it says complementary, that means equal it to 90. And when it says supplementary, that means equal it to 180. So we're just solving two different equations. Now I'm going to subtract 60 from both sides so that I can get x by itself. And I have 120 here. Okay, let's try the next one. So 95, calculate the complement. I remember that complement means equals 90. So I'm going to take x plus this angle, which is 95, and I'm going to equal it to 90 degrees. So I subtract 95, and I get -5. I don't think that I can have an angle that's a negative angle degree. So no negative angle measures. So this one is kind of like no solution, no answer. Okay, but for supplement, I remember it equals 180. So I'm taking x plus the angle given, which is 95. And I'm equaling it to 180. I'm going to subtract 95. And I get x equals 85 degrees. That is the supplement. Okay? So that's exactly how we're going to do all of these. You guys notice how every single problem had x plus something? That was the angle that you were given. And if it said complement, we equaled it to 90. And if it said supplement, we equaled it to 180. And that is it. Complement means corner, 90 degrees. Supplement means straight, 180 degrees. And you can figure out any angle measure that is missing. How about this? Determine, so we have to actually write the word complementary or supplementary or neither based on what we know. And remember that complementary means that they add up to 90, and supplementary means that they add up to 180, and neither would mean anything else. Okay? So let's see. 30 and 150. When I take 30 and I add 150, I get 180. What is that vocab word again? Snap. Supplementary. It is okay with me if you just say sup. Okay? How about this one? 55 and 37. What happens when I add those together? I get 92. That's not 90. It's close to 90, but it's not 90. It's not 180. Oh, it must be neither. Snap. I got that one too. Okay, great. How about this one? When I take 60 and 30 and add them together, what happens? Oh boy, I get 90. Maybe you could have done this one in your head. What's the vocab word again? Complementary. It is okay if you just write comp. I will know what you mean. Okay. Number 4, actually, my friends, I want to save these 3 for class, okay? Love you all. I'm finished. Thanks for watching. Moral of the story, you guys. One last time, complementary 90. Supplementary 180. Can you remember that? That's the lesson of the day. See you later.